will record if someone needs to watch us another time again. Okay, I think we can stay a few 2-3 minutes, okay? Okay, so I'll remind you, if English is not the best language for you, you can select from the interpretation channel. You select Romanian or Bulgarian, because tonight we are together with our friends from Bulgaria. I want to welcome to this meeting. I want to welcome Zlatina from Sofia. I want to also welcome our dear guest Sugeng, connecting now from Sedona, America, or Rimrock, to be more precise. Okay. So I want to imagine us sitting together like in in a living room, like a group of friends that we just got together to have like a evening talk, like a meeting among friends, and we share some ideas that will hopefully help us make the steps to create the change in our lives, the goals that we need to accomplish this year, or maybe in the next 10 or 20 years. So think of it like a meeting where you can join, you can ask some questions later. I will just start the conversation. I will introduce our guest today. So first, I want to introduce Zlatina from Sofia. We met, I think, this year. It's 10 years since we met. We met first at DCI event in Sofia, where Zlatina and Jana was organizing the event, and for me was a
Pertama kali
powerful.
di Sofia. Wow, keren ya.
Yes, Sofia, in 2014 it was. So I remember it was a powerful weekend for me, or 3-4 days. I don't remember right now exactly, but
Aku ketemu ini di Bulgaria. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
you are co-host, Sugeng. So yes, we that was also for us in Romania, was the start of this community, seed system community. Bulgaria at that time, they had, I think it was the third level. They had it was the third year when they were doing this type of trainings with Geshe Michael and his team. So yeah, here we are after 10-12 years. We meet again, and I'm very happy and uh, grateful that we can learn together and we can grow together. Okay. So welcome, Zlatina, and our second guest, it's Sugeng Shi, from originally from Indonesia, but he has been living for most of his life in Singapore, and he is a very, I say, very talented linguist. He knows a lot of languages. He speaks fluent English, Chinese, two types of Chinese language, Indonesian, Malaysian, Japanese, and since 2017, I think he's studying Tibetan language close to Geshe Michael in the Mixed Nuts Club. He has been working in has a bachelor degree in electronic engineering, a diploma in Japanese language, and master in business administration. And he's also a distinguished Toastmasters since 2000. I also started a Toastmaster club here in Romania, so I remember it's a great community, and a lot of leaders actually meet in that community. He has been working in Japanese and American companies in the fields of electronic design, accounting, product planning, and technology consulting. Okay. And together with his wife, Cynthia, they founded DMO Wisdom, DMO Yoga, and DMO Dharma to help the English-speaking communities better learn the DCI principles, the authentic yoga teachings, and also to have access to these Asian classics. So he is also leading the Diamond Wisdom Indonesia. They founded a jewelry company, and is also an associate professor at the Sedona College of International Management since September 2020. So this is the college where all the students who want to go further and learn how to become a trainer or how to teach the system to other people, other friends, communities, we come to this college and we spend 2 weeks together to learn a new level. So today we are talking about level 8, about automatic leadership. But first, Sugeng, I want to ask you something, because I know this year or in the last few months, I don't know exactly, you have moved to Rimrock, Arizona, to work more closely with Geshe Michael. So I'm curious, how is it for you? What has changed since you moved to Arizona, in the way you work, in your teaching career, or other types of work that you do? What has changed since you moved to America? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Octavian, for the invitation. And also, so I would like to welcome our friends from Romania and also from Bulgaria. And just now when Octavian was introducing Latina, I was actually telling Cynthia that, hey, Octavian got to his first DCI event was in Sofia, and it's really so beautiful to see everybody here together like a big family. So in fact, I feel very happy with that. And with relate, if I were to relate this to my move to Rimrock, is precisely that, we want to be close to our well, I mean, my main motivation is to be close to Geshe Michael so that I can learn even better. In fact, being in Rimrock, we get to see Geshe Michael at least twice a week during the mixed nut session. We call it now Xuanzang Tower translations program. So we meet every Monday afternoon and Saturday morning. So that has become our regular activity now. And of course, to support Asia, which is still my main market, my main group of people,
Students.
that will include late night and early morning sessions. Yeah. So that has changed. And of course, but what is beautiful is that being close to Geshe Michael, we get to see firsthand how he conducts his daily life. In fact, just before this call, my wife Cynthia was sharing with me that Geshe Michael, despite being such a famous person, such a great leader, he is still very kind in his heart. He speaks very kindly, gently, softly, and treat everybody equal, which is the main point that we are discussing in this level 8 on automatic leadership. So we can really see how he behaves, and those are really the examples and the seeds that he is planting all the time to become so successful as a leader and also as for his organizations. Yeah. So that is what I can say the change in my life the past 1-2 years.
Yeah, I also remember first time when I attended this DCI level in Sofia 10 years ago. I watched some videos from YouTube with Geshe Michael explaining the pen, the seat system. I knew the words in my mind from internet, but when I watched live on the stage when he was presenting and he was talking with so much certainty and conviction about you just plant the seed and then forget, don't stress about it, it will come. When I watched him do that gesture, don't stress about it, just leave it, it will come. That really made an impact in my life. And when I came back from that training, it was like I was like on fire. Like I was thinking that now I can really change my life, the world, or everyone around me. And it happened. A lot of things, good things happened in my life, but also some really bad things that came along, which maybe we can discuss about some challenges that leaders face in these days. So this year, 2024, it's a challenging year because of many things that are happening around us in the world. So we just got out of a bad epidemic disease, and then with some wars started in the world, and a lot of uncertainty started to take place. Like we feel something is not so certain as we were feeling maybe 4 years ago. And one of the first things that I would want to ask you, and maybe you continue, is the challenge that a lot of leaders face this year, entrepreneurs mostly. It's the lack of predictability in their business. For example, I meet regularly with entrepreneurs here in Bucharest, Romania. And last week, I met with the owner of a restaurant chain here in Bucharest. He has like 15 restaurants, and he faced a lot of challenges in the last years, but this year especially, he was telling me that it's very hard to predict something. As maybe 3 years ago, he could have predicted 1 year ahead. He could have predicted, okay, this month we will have this kind of income. Maybe in the summer we will have this kind of another level of income. But this year he said, I don't know what will happen from 1 month to the other. So it's a lot of stress for him, for a lot of entrepreneurs. So that would be, I think, a first problem for leaders today. How to plant the seeds, or what kind of seeds can we be aware to have more predictability in our lives, in the business that we run, and also the mind. How can we have a mind that is more peaceful about this future, what will come this year?
Yeah, this is a very good questions, and I believe this is a common issues that people face in business. And interestingly, we have a friend in Sedona, in Arizona, who is also operating a restaurant or a few restaurants. And we we became friends because we went there to eat. If you know our building, opposite the building, uh, there's a gas station, and then at the gas station there are a few restaurants. If I hope you remember,
I remember.
Octavian. Yeah, so there are Mexican restaurants, there are Subway, Mexican restaurants, Subway, Wendy's, and others, right? The Wendy's actually changed into a vegan restaurant last year. So they started last year, and suddenly, early this year, they closed down. They closed down, you know. We were kind of sad. Hey, what happened? The only vegan restaurant in town, which was becoming popular. We were here. We were in Sedona when they opened last year, and when they started, it was like not so popular, but slowly people get to know them. People start to come and eat, and it became very popular. And suddenly they closed down, you know. So we were kind of surprised. So because we became friends, we asked them. My wife asked the owner, the lady. The owner is a lady. What happened to you? She said that, yeah, I fell down, I got an accident, and I have to close down. And of course, she still has another restaurant in Las Vegas, which is doing quite well. So she said, okay, I will just focus on my Las Vegas outlet rather than in Sedona, you know. So looking at this situation, you know, normally when we run business, we are worried about, or we want to have certainty. We want to, like your question, we want to have predictability. We want to be able to forecast our revenue. In fact, we also went into this deeper discussion about the trend, about the revenue, about how they perform. To us, the restaurant did very well. Every month we can see people coming in. So there is a predictability here. But what is not predictable is the accident.
Yeah.
We met with the lady yesterday, and she was telling us after her accident, not long after that, her assistant also had accident, many accidents, you know. So it came to our realization is that at the end of the day, it's not only about the business uh, revenue predictability, but in general, the whole thing, the predictability of the whole thing is also very important. So when I discussed with my wife, she was sharing, she offered some ideas. She said that, yeah, of course, we want the business to be, we want to be able to predict about the business, but what do we have at the back of our mind? What is the main idea, that the main thing that we have when we talk about this predictability? Is it regarding the sales? Is it regarding, like our friend this lady about the health, about the employees, because she was also telling us in Sedona it's more expensive to get staff and and also more difficult to get staff because Sedona is mostly the residents, the people in Sedona are mostly old people, retirees, or young people who are rich and they don't want to work in a restaurant. Whereas in Las Vegas, a lot of people are available to work. It's easier to get employees in Las Vegas. And the cost is also lower. It's cheaper to pay people in Las Vegas than in Sedona. So my wife was telling me, yeah, so few things, right? Money is one thing. Second thing is about the health. And third is about the relationship with the staff. When you have a big pool of available people, of course you don't have to worry about relationship. But when you don't have enough people, like in Sedona, then you need to worry about relationships, right? Whether your staff like you, whether you can become a good leader. So we need to really sit down and think what is our main concern. In general, I can tell you that, hey, if you want predictability, if you learn the 10 virtues, all these are related to our speech, whether we speak truthfully. In other way, we can say that whether we keep our commitment. When I promise something, to somebody, do I keep to my promise? And then whether I speak meaningfully. Instead of talking about how can we make our life better, in how to make the business better, we start to talk about things which are not useful. Like in US, even more. I don't know about other countries, but here in US, everywhere I go, as long as it is a restaurant, there will be a TV and they will show you sports. Sports. Sometimes I'm watching at the sports, and a lot of time they play basketball. And I'm thinking, yeah, I like to watch basketball, but do I know who is playing? And do I know why are they playing? So to me, those are not really meaningful. And then sometimes we start to talk about the games, or we talk about politics. Like early this year, I look at the calendar. There was this news channel in Singapore. They actually put down a list of the elections for the whole world. 2024 alone, there will be 12 countries having major elections, presidential elections, parliamentary elections. There are a lot of elections this year. And then when you talk about elections, then you start to get interested. Like Indonesia, they just had theirs. I think US and Singapore are coming soon.
Also Romania will come later.
Also Romania.
Yeah.
So see, all these become, are they really something important? Are they really something useful? Unless you're in politics, I don't think those are useful, So all these are related to predictability. But when you sit down and start to think of all the other aspects, and of course we can get a lot of clues from Lord Nagarjuna, who is the inspiration behind the topic that we are learning in level 8, which is automatic leadership. And what is interesting, I should say Master Nagarjuna, right? Master Nagarjuna give us a list. This traditionally the list consists of 6 items, but Master Nagarjuna added the 7th one. He said that love conquers all. So in the correlation, we talk about money. We talk about living life ethically. We talk about enjoying what we are doing. Talking about don't want to get angry, and focus, and then wisdom. But he ended this with the term love, compassion, encompasses all. So, and then again, just before this call, we were talking about being loving, being compassion. And it's not something easy, but if you want to accomplish all, meaning if you want to have everything, then learn to like people, learn to show kindness to others. And that is something not easy, but we can try it. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I think last week, Geshe Michael was talking about something similar, and he said something that I also feel it a lot of times in my life when, let's say, I'm in trouble, I have some challenges. Who do I call? I call someone who is very smart, very wise, who is very productive and knows everything, or I call someone who I feel that he loves me or appreciates me more, or has some this feeling when I meet him. So Geshe Michael said I would rather call the love guy who who I feel around him, that this energy that he loves me. And most of the times, I also feel like this. I would rather, if I have a challenge, I would call someone who I know has these feelings, even though maybe he's not so productive or maybe he's not so smart in other areas. But I had he has this feeling, and I think, yeah, this is something that maybe we forget to be aware of, or to feel it ourselves. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows this feeling and can bring it to his work. Okay.
I would like to add some more thing. If we talk about business, right, and then
Mhm.
suddenly you talk about love, it sounds very strange.
Yeah.
But I would like to say that this is not something not related, because I don't know. My wife is my partner. I always discuss things with her, and we were just talking. Hey, we 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 owe our success in our business to our to people around us, to our staff, to our supporters, to our customers, to our suppliers. We owe all our success to their kindness, to their support. We imagine if we are not kind to them, and we really take it like, some business professional thing. Hey, we are doing business, let's be professional. But when you are professional, it doesn't mean that you should ignore being kind to others. So I think this is very important, because without their kindness, by contributing their time, although we are paying them, but they are giving their time to us, helping our company become successful, our business, that is very important. But I would like to say that kindness is just one aspect to become a leader or to become a successful leader. There are many, many aspects that we are going to cover in this automatic leadership in level 8. And I would really like to praise Octavian and Zlatina to run this intensive starting this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we touched some of the live tools in this meeting. So right now, you just talked about the live tool about the correlations from Nagarjuna, and this week I was preparing the manual for the training, and something stood up in my attention, which is, I think, not quite random, which is that live tool about how to manage the setbacks, or prevent the regression. Okay, let's say at one point you had some success, you are good right now, all is good, but there might be some trouble in the future. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Russia will attack Europe, and all the success we have, it will go right away. So we have this fear, okay? We have this fear that it's shaking, something is shaking. So this brought me to my attention this live tool about how um, to prevent the regression or some problems before they arise. How to manage this type, how to do this kind of management in our business. So uh, I think also this is relevant for especially for Europe. I don't know, in America maybe people are more relaxed. Maybe they think it's not a big problems these days, but in Europe, in my country, I feel it. It's a problem. Can you share something about this type of management or
Yeah,
about this live tool that we will we were going to teach in the level?
yeah, we have a live tool on this one, and it's it's a interesting title, right? It's called Setback Prevention and Management. So I'm not going to talk about this live tool here because I think you will be able to learn it during the intensive. We cover it pretty in details, but I would like to share something about this. Um, I was born in Indonesia, and then I'm sad to say that when I was young, skin is very important, race was important, being different from others. If you have been to Indonesia, my skin is different. I'm a different race. And it has been pretty tough. And I have always have this worry. I always have this worry. What happened if even driving was a problem. Even driving was a problem. I was always living in a fear that somebody will come and attack me. That was my life when I was young. And I didn't know the seat system. I always wish that I could get out of this situation because I don't feel good. I believe this is what all of you in Europe or Eastern Europe are feeling today with regards to the conditions. But after coming to the seat system, after learning about how seats work, we understand that things are coming from our seats. There is nothing which is not coming from our seats. There is no bad things that will happen to us if we have not done anything bad. So if I want to have a peaceful life, if I want to have a life without fear, then I need to create environment which is peaceful and not giving fear to others, including the people around me, including the people who interact with me, and of course, including my team members. When I was working in the corporate, I work in MNC, multinational companies, Japanese companies, US companies. We talk a lot about management style and Japanese and US companies are very different. Japanese is like very submissive. Submissive means you listen to your leaders. They say A, you do A. They say B, you do B. You follow. But in US company, it's the other way around. You need to show that you are different. You need to show that you can bring more compared to others. So it became very, very competitive.
Competitive, yes.
Very competitive. And by the term competitive here means we also need to put down others. I need to show my boss that I'm better than Octavian. I'm better than Zlatina so that I get my promotion, so that I get my money, I got increment. So that also created fear in my life. First, I don't like it. Second, I know that I cannot compete with others. I don't know. Yeah, I was brought up in this environment that, hey, you are not good enough. Who are you? Who are you? So, so I have this and suddenly, I don't know, unknowingly I started to develop a kind of compassion. So I always tell myself, if I become a boss, if I have my own team, I don't want to have this kind of fear uh, environment that is filled up with fear. I want my team to enjoy doing what they need to do without any fear. I don't want to become a boss who is fearful, that others are fearful of, you know. But of course, this is my style, and I believe because I have always put this in my mind to always create peace, I felt that my life changed. My life changed. I moved to Singapore when I was young, 22 years old, and then now I'm living in Rimrock, which is very, very peaceful. And
Yeah.
I think this is one key. But on the other hand, I don't mean to say that peaceful mode is the only mode of management, right? There are many other modes, like I mentioned, fierce mode, for example, when people are afraid of you. So we are going to touch on all these different management style in the advanced in the level 8 automatic leadership. But here to just to be able to live peacefully without any fear, I think the first step is to create peaceful environment in our small world first, in our small environment first, and that will really change the seeds so that we see more peace happening in our world. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is a challenge in this environment where we were brought up thinking that you need to compete all the time with somebody else because he will or she will take some of your success, and you and nothing will be left for you. So yeah, I see it all the time because right now we told you we also have elections here in Romania, and even though the politicians already started fighting at the TV every night, but I see it also among people that they ask you a question, hey, who are you voting for? Ah, you vote with that guy. Oh, with that party. Ah, I think you are on their side, so you don't want to change the country. So, so this type of fighting can happen even in small ways. Yeah. Okay. Another question. I think it's
You want to you want
sorry.
to you want to focus more on this one first, on the competition?
Yeah, tell us if you,
Okay.
especially in the
Yeah.
business environment, there is a lot of competition, and it's a lot of stress for the entrepreneur. In the end, he might close his business because he cannot handle it. Or I see a lot of people that they start their business, they do well a few years, but then they said, I don't want to bother. I will close the business because the competition was fierce, and they will eat all of my profits. Something like this is the conversations.
Yeah, I think Geshu Michael like used to talk about this story about the mayor of Buenos Aires, right, in Argentina, who wanted to, or somebody who wanted to become the mayor, and
Mhm.
then going into competition, right? And then he taught him to use the 4 steps to plant the seeds, and he eventually became the mayor. I think recently he was also sharing another similar story about this one to about somebody in the politics who want to win, and using the 4 steps, that got his goal. What I want to share is my own experience also when I was working in this US company. Of course, first I don't like the competition, and then at that moment, me and my wife and I, we were we were starting a business. We were starting a business, and we wanted to slowly move out of the corporate world and went into our business, right? So I was kind of preparing my team. I was preparing my team. I told the team members, hey, you can do your work when I am not with the company anymore. So that was sort of like the team was like, hey, what happened to you? Are you going somewhere? I said, no, I'm not going anywhere yet, but I just want you to learn as much as possible. And during that period of time, I started to appreciate others. My team members are doing something great. I would like to report to my boss. Hey, boss, this person in my team, he or she did a great work. By doing this, we managed to satisfy the customer, was very happy. We managed to close the deal. And then I also extended this to people from other teams. So let's say Octavian is from helping my team doing some good solutions. I will then send email to Octavian's boss. Hey, Mr. So and so, I'm so happy to report that your team member Octavian helped us to the company have much better sales. So I started doing that, and interestingly, near the appraisal, the yearly performance appraisal, normally I get nervous when it comes to performance because I don't know what my boss will talk about me. But interestingly, during the performance, I always hear good things from my boss. Hey, Sugeng, you did well this year. You did this well. You did that. You did this. Even people are praising about you. I was kind of, oh, okay. I never feel so good hearing all this because I didn't feel that I did enough. This is always our problem. I didn't feel I did enough. But my boss, maybe I believe must be all the seeds of praising others coming back to me through my boss. And because of that, I have a good performance, I got a good increment, I got a good promotion, and all the good things. So instead of getting out of the company, I become working longer and longer for the company because the company likes my performance. So this is my personal experience, and I think it is worth trying in your business. Start to promote others, start to praise others. Yeah.
Okay. There is we learned we had last week we have like a 5-day summit with the lessons with Geshe Michael, and we learned about the main seed for leadership, which is joyful effort. And this is like those kinds of seeds that are not so obvious at the first time. So we hear that leadership trainings are all about how to speak better, how to manage better, how to negotiate, how to, I don't know, become an influencer, like in the classical sense. But this level, the automatic leadership level, comes with this type of seeds, which I think many people are feeling this kind of joyful effort. Like, for example, Geshe Michael was telling it doesn't have to be like you have to be outwardly expressing your joy. You can feel joy even when you sit in silence and do your work and work on a project, and you have like 1 or 2 hours of intense joy in silence. Okay. And I think here comes some challenges that I think many people have, that they need to they want this feeling of joy, but they somehow hear from other people that, look, you need to go out, you need to express yourself. You need to post pictures on Facebook. You need to do, I don't know, Instagram or TikTok. You need to go out and get more attention, clients, whatever. And they have this like a block. Okay, I want to do my work. I want to enjoy my work, but if I want to grow, I cannot do this type of expressing myself, especially on the internet, because this is big challenges these days after the virus, and everybody's on the internet now. So yeah, maybe you can share us some ideas. How can we bridge the gap, or how can we continue to do our work, but also, I don't know, have some other type of tools that are usually conventionally spoken about these days.
Yeah, enjoying what we do is one of the main theme to become a leader, and this is kind of strange, right? Especially in the professional world. And this actually came from Master Nagarjuna that we mentioned just now. And he is we call him master because he is somebody who accomplished a lot of things. Accomplished a lot of things, and his wisdom is still being studied until today. After 1800 years, the wisdom is still being studied and alive. That means those are useful and working. Things which are not working will go out of fashion. For example, we talk about fax machine. Fax machine was useful, but it didn't last long because it was replaced. But this wisdom, who has been going on about 1,800 years, it means that they are useful. Now, when we talk about this, right, enjoying what we are doing, in the context of management, it is not only limited to our work. Personally, I feel that it is related to everything that we do in our life, including our daily life. For example, um, I don't know, I would like to use an example, Octavian. You have children, you have young children, and then when you need to take care of your children, what do you have in your mind? Do you enjoy being with them, or you start to think, I still have a lot of work to do. I need to do this public talk. I still need to do my intensive. I don't have time, but I have to take care of the children, kind of thing. So I believe enjoyment should be used in all areas of our life, not just in our professional job, professional work, but in our daily life, in our interaction with our family, helping to do household chores, for example, yeah, and a lot of other things, including when you need to arrange the chairs in the meeting room, including cleaning up the mess after mixed nut sessions, for example, after people come and eat and they just leave without doing anything. So enjoyment should relate there. Oh, and then, like you mentioned, even when we are alone, we are doing meditation, enjoyment is important. I don't know. I like to use example of my wife, sometimes when she's not happy, or rather when there are negative things, she will start to hum a song. Hum means singing a song in her mind. I used to get angry, what are you doing? Are you trying to make me angry? But I think after I learned about this enjoyment, I realized this is a very smart way. She feel the enjoyment of her life despite all the negativities around. And what happened? She becomes I call it a recognized leader. She never tell people, hey, I'm your leader. But people like to go to her for advices. People like to ask her for support. Even Geshe Michael call her mom. As in, because okay, first, she is enjoying her life. Second, she has a lot of love. And because of that, she became like a motherly figure that everybody goes. So indirectly, she becomes like a leader that people like to ask for opinion and go along, So yeah, I think enjoyment is important. Enjoyment is something that we forget when we are busy with our corporate work, with our KPI, with our target, with our sales goal. We forget to enjoy, and we tend to get very tense. Octavian, what is your goal? How come you are still far from your goal? I want 100 people. How many people you have now? You have 2 more days. you know, People forget to enjoy and become very, very stressful. And we don't know, the more we are not enjoying what we are doing, the more we are distanced from our goal. I don't know. I mean, in my this 10 years with the people in the seed system, I can say that those people who enjoy using the seed system, they are still inside. Those people who don't really enjoy, they are moving away. People like to ask me, hey, Sugeng, where are those people who learned the seed system 10 years ago? How come I don't see them? I only see few of them. Where are the rest? And if I were to look at them, those people, those who are still around are those who can really enjoy planting seeds to make their life successful. Those who like to grumble, why are we talking about pen again? Why are we talking about the same thing again? Those people are gone. And those people who are not enjoying, they are gone. I think, well, of course, from the surface, we can say because they don't enjoy, that's why they are gone. Because they enjoy, that's why they are still in the system. But I think this is very much related to the seeds we are planting. And when we know that this system is the seed system, the way to plant the seeds to become successful is the only, I can say, the ultimate only way of success. If you don't enjoy it, if you don't value it, it will be gone. Things that we don't value will be gone. So the same thing as a leader, I think we need to enjoy what we are doing. We need to value our team, and that should happen in our daily life. Yeah.
Okay, that is very solid advice, and thank you for that, Sugeng. Speaking of teams, we have some questions from our Bulgarian friends, from an entrepreneur. I don't know his or her name, but the question is like this: what advice would you give us if we have like a small business? Maybe we have a team. We have right now we have a team, but we want to grow to a bigger team. So, what advices other than go look on the internet for people? What advices from the seed system can we have if we need and feel that it's time to grow the team?
I think Geshe Michael shared about this story recently, right? I think we all know that he bought a cafe
Yeah,
and he had
Black Hole
to,
Cafe.
yeah, he called it Black Hole Cafe, right? And then when the cafe was done, was renovated and ready to open, the COVID started. And then after the COVID, when they started to open, they needed people. They needed people. They needed staff to work.
Mhm.
And again, Rimrock is a very small village. Not many, mostly are old people, and young people are mostly rich young people who have money and don't need to work. So it's not easy. But Geshe Michael didn't do anything through internet, but instead he recalled all his good seeds when he was serving his teacher, right? And of course, he is also very supportive towards others. He help others to, he recommend good people to others as well by planting. So by planting all these seeds, interestingly, people came to him. People came to him to work, to ask for work, to ask for a job. Yeah. Of course, not forgetting, he also sponsored some war refugees to US, war refugees, and he actually put them in his cafe. So he helped those people who need to get away due to the war, and then he gave them work. So by doing all this seeds planting, a lot of people actually came to his cafe to apply for work, and they started with only opening for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now they open on Sunday also, and then I heard maybe next week onwards or 2 weeks later, they are going to open 6 days a week. No, at least 5 days a week. So that is amazing. In the past, they couldn't open too many days because they didn't have enough staff. But now they have how many? 15 paid staff. And because of that, they can open 5 days a week.
Wow.
So yeah, I think this is something very important to know that, yes, we need the seed. We need to plant the right seeds. And when we have the seeds, people will just come and want to work for you, want to join your team. Yeah. Of course, we don't have to say that Geshe Michael is very generous. He's paying, he is a good boss. He pays very well. But that is one aspect. The other aspect, you must have the seeds. Otherwise, even if you are willing to pay, people might not be willing to work for you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Money is not the answer to all
Money
problems.
is not the only answer. It's not the
Okay.
only answer. There are many other things.
Okay, we have some few minutes time together, so I encourage people, if you have some questions, just write them on the chat. But in the meantime, we have another question from our friends from Bulgaria. The question is, why is it important to participate this Friday when we start this training, and how will we benefit from the whole leadership training?
Yeah. Okay, first of all, leadership training, leadership education that we can get from outside are good, are good. Those are very good. In fact, they are very good in terms of the surface. We call them surface reasons, right? Now, like I mentioned, we need the deeper reason to support, to make the whole thing successful. Like Geshe Michael always like to use the word the example of stapler. A good stapler will only be good if we have the in Singapore we call the bullet. So
Staples, yeah.
staples, yes, staples, right? Staples. Singapore we say bullet, right? So a good stapler needs staples. If you don't have the staples, yeah, if you don't have the staples, no matter how good your stapler, it will not work. So the same thing, no matter how good your techniques as a leader you have, if you don't have the staples, it will not be working well. So in this automatic leadership, we learn how to load our stapler wheel with all the good staples so that our leadership will work, not just automatically, but also to become a successful automatic leader. And I would like to really strongly encourage everyone, Romania and also Bulgaria, or other people who can understand these two languages in other countries, to come and learn together. And leader is not only for a business or organization. You need to have this automatic leadership even at home. You even at home, you want people to listen to you. You want people to look for you when they need any direction, any leadership. Yeah, like my wife, for example, she is normal. She is not somebody who is an influencer, but people come to her for problems, for solutions, for directions. Yeah, for direction. So it's very important to have this automatic leadership in our life so that we can have a more successful life. It's not only for, you also need it if you have children, for example. Especially people like to say children, when they reach the teenage, they don't listen to us. Why? Because we don't have the seeds. If we have the automatic leadership seeds, no matter how old they are, they still listen to us. And not only if you don't have children, it's okay, but in your community, for example, we need this strong, successful seeds to become an automatic leader. So I really encourage everyone, if you have the time, if you have the money, don't hesitate. Please come to learn. It's very, very important.
There is a funny story that I remember after listening to you. I have a friend who he's like a business trainer. He speaks to large audiences. He has other leaders come to his events. They listen to him all eyes and ears. Okay, but at home, one of his sons doesn't listen anything, even though he wants to help him. He wants to give everything to him, all the best advice. He says, come on, dad, this is old school, this is last year's advice. so so he was telling us that this is his biggest challenge at home. Kids are not taking him seriously. So but he found a way to bring some of his students to meet with his son, and his son started to listen to some of his people that he works with. So but it was funny when I listened to this story that you are like a big trainer, and when you come home, yeah, it's interesting how these seeds can work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm very happy that you will join us this with this training, because I think I don't know who is doing the schedule for these trainings, these 4 trainings that we have this year for DCI, but I feel that this first training is more relevant than ever to have it, especially these days, and to learn from the tools to apply it for this year especially. So yes, I encourage everybody who needs more leadership in their family, in their lives, in their business, to come join us. We will start this Friday. So also Bulgaria they will start together with us, and we will meet again with you, Sugeng, also this Friday to have our first workshop. And then we will study together the live tool, and we will meet again in April after we finish the studies with the whole level. We meet again to do the workshops and apply the live tools. So I think we have like almost 1 month together. We spend together with this training. We don't rush it. So I learned not to rush the study. Take it slow, easy steps. But after each step, we apply. We it's more chances that we apply what we learn. So yeah, I'm happy we can do this together. And I will just want to ask you just once more question, and then I leave you. I don't want to keep you. I know that you are working right now these days with Geshe Michael for your next book that you translated in the advanced studies, which is about the wheel of life. Um, I don't know. Can you tell us? I don't know. Maybe some ideas from this book that maybe will help us in the study of leadership. Is Are they connected, the study that you're doing right now, this big project that you have started in the last 7 years, I think, are they somehow related to leadership?
This time round, Geshe Michael had some change in ideas. So it is not only, so we are talking about advanced level 4. So we are not going to talk about just wheel of life. In fact, he will combine 3 big topics together: wheel of life, emptiness, and the peacock warrior. He's going to combine all these 3 so that in advanced level 4, we will learn even more how to dig the wisdom from inside. And yeah, in terms of leadership, definitely we will be able to get a lot of hints from inside. But I think that's much I can say. I don't want to say too much, but I will say that reserve your dates. It will be in December. Definitely you should come and learn, because it's not just one topic, it will be 3 topics together. Yeah. All right.
Great,
So
great. I
yeah,
cannot wait. So yeah, you brought this, and we need to make it to the December when or November when will take place the fourth advanced level, and I cannot wait. Those I know some of the subjects, they are also very close to me, and I need to learn more about them. So, Sugeng, thank you for this evening together. We spend some time together among friends, among the colleagues. We will meet again this Friday, and for everybody that joined us, if you haven't signed up yet to the automatic leadership training, you have 2 more days when you can decide to come join us, and yeah, do the work, apply, study, and apply it with patience, and really change yourself and the people around you. Thank you also, Zlatina, for translating, and Constanza from our country. I hope we didn't talk too fast for you. Okay, see you soon.
Thank you,
thank you very
Sugeng. Thank
much.
you, Octavian, very much. Благодаря на всички от българската група. Очакваме ви на курса. Пишете ни и лека вечер.
Ok, pe curând. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye bye.